the news that nobody has the balls to report.
Why am I the only one breaking stories like this? You can call me Uncle Turtleboy, Clarence, Aidan. I don't care what you call me.
Did you not say that you were gonna take my baby out of revenge and make him a transgender baby?
I think they don't like the things that I'm saying and they want me to stop saying them, but I'm not. I'm never gonna stop. Now, these are the kind of stories, guys, that must be told.
I'm just a guy who's breaking stories and reporting news from my basement.
Hey, what's up, Turtle Riders? How's everyone doing tonight? Good? Excuse me there. Welcome to the Turtleboy Live Show, ladies and gentlemen. The last Turtleboy Live Show of 2021. I'm your host, Uncle Turtleboy. I've gone ahead, guys, and I've shared the link to this stream on the various social media pages that we run. The Clarence Woods Emerson Facebook page, the Turtleboy Sports Facebook page, and the Uncle Turtleboy Facebook page. You can also follow me on Twitter at Dr. Turtleboy. That's DOCTOR Turtleboy. Because if Jill Biden's a doctor, then so am I. That account's kind of growing quickly. All right. It's up to almost 10,400 followers. Those Facebook accounts slowly but surely are getting up there. Let's keep them up. Keep liking the pages. You can also follow my other Twitter account at Turtleboy Phone. I've been on. I lasted the entire year on Twitter. I never thought I would last an entire year, but I am. So go and follow me while you can, ladies and gentlemen. So, I don't know if we're going to do a live show this weekend because it is is New Year's Day. Is that a holiday? And let's be honest, like the content has been slower lately. It's kind of been a slow week, guys. I've had a really freaking busy week. A lot of shit going on behind the scenes. We'll see if we last tonight. I don't know. We don't know. So update, I did a live show on this last night on the Turtle Club, and I'm not going to get into all the specifics, but I have been hacked, and not in the sense that like people say they got hacked whenever they said something stupid on Twitter. Like, no, I was legitimately fucking hacked. Okay. Basically a conversation that I had. So I was in court yesterday in Leominster attempting to get an order against an individual who decided that he was going to threaten to come to my house and rape my baby mama and, jizz on the floor and make her lick it up. I found that disturbing. So I tried to get an order on this person to prevent that from happening. But apparently if you don't have a car and you're 3 hours away, and then the judge is like, well, he's not going to do shit anyway. So they're not going to give you an order. So it is what it is. Immediately after court left, I go and this individual posts the goddamn, my entire, soliloquy on this. Like I wrote a whole speech I was going to give. And I did give most of it at the hearing. And this individual posts a screenshot of it on what appears to be Facebook Messenger. Now, I sent that message to myself, right? So that I could read, if I wanted to read off the phone, I could have it just readily available. I message myself on Facebook a lot. Like, so how I upload images to the blogs, I get a lot of shit on my phone. I got like 29,000 images on here. I never delete shit. And I screenshot. I prefer screenshotting on the phone, especially on Facebook, because the words come up bigger. It looks a lot better. And Twitter, it looks so much better on the phone. And so I'll screenshot and then I can't upload to, my computer that way. So I have to send it, and I send it via Facebook Messenger. So the Clarence Woods Emerson account will DM the Aidan Kearney account, my real account, which is, where I just post baby pictures and shit. Dad life. And then I just download those images from Facebook and I'll go ahead and I'll throw them up on the blog. Okay. So I use that feature a lot. Well, yesterday, this individual has legitimately the whole fucking screenshot. You message yourself through Facebook. Yeah. So if I want a message out there, that's what you do. Like that's how I want, if I want to communicate that way, if I want to be able to read this, that's the easiest way to do it. So I would get, the individual goes And people like, did you win yesterday? Yes, I did win. Because you know what? I came home to a house, 2 lovely children who care for me very much, a car, and a mouthful of teeth. So I think I won. There we go. Anyway, on the screenshot, it was legitimately a dead cop. It was a picture of me sending that image to myself. So how the fuck did they get that? How did they get that? Right? Now I sent it in a small group chat too with like 3 people, but it couldn't have been any of them because it was sent from my perspective. Whoever screenshotted that was in my account. And obviously I didn't screenshot it. Why would I screenshot it and send it to him? I didn't do that. So he posted it and I was like, wait a minute. Huh? Well, then a lot of images started getting posted in other places too. That were like from my fucking computer. Like I've sent to nobody. Absolutely fucking nobody. And some images that are doctored, quite frankly, and not doctored very well. So that is what I've been dealing with. Oh, and by the way, the turtle chat is back on tonight, but it was gone for several hours today. Somebody hacked into my WordPress, deleted the turtle chat, and then deleted Turtle Club. Turtle Club was gone for a few hours. The whole thing was gone. So somebody got access. I am currently dealing with the state police with this. It's a very serious issue. There are people out there who think it's wise to post pictures of images and screenshots that they know are from hacked accounts and that they've admitted in writing that they know that these are illegally obtained, which is really smart to do. And so I've been dealing with the police a lot today and just, trying to talk to Apple and diagnose what the fuck. I'm so confused. Like the more shit that comes out, I'm like, how much do these people have fucking access to? And I'm like, do they have access to my phone? Right? So I've changed everything. My passwords were not easy. I don't know how the fuck they got in. There's no way they just guessed the passwords. That didn't happen. I think they got access to my computer somehow, the whole fucking thing. And I think that is how they were able to, like, if you go on my computer, Chrome saves all your passwords to shit. So you can find out that way. So it is what it is. We'll get to the bottom of it. If they think they're cute, if they think they're going to keep doing this, they can keep trying. But we'll see what happens. Keep playing with fire, you get burnt. That's all I got to say. Keep playing with fire, get burnt. Anyway, so that's what I've been dealing with. So the content has not been much. And quite frankly, I don't really have a lot of content for a weekend live show. So, and I don't know if we'll have one New Year's Day. I don't know. Is that like a holiday you're supposed to take off? Who knows? But like I said, if you like to contribute to the program, they really don't want you to. That's the thing. They like really get mad. And that's why they imagine getting access to the entire website of Turtleboy Sports, which they somehow had, and then not deleting the entire thing. And the first thing they do is go and delete the fucking the turtle chat thing so people can't donate. Well, my web developer just rebuilt it again. It's pinned to the top. If you send money via turtle chat, you can write whatever message you want and it will come up on my email, and I will periodically interrupt the show to say we got a turtle chat, and we'll bring it up on the big screen and we will see what you have to say. So anything you want to say in the turtle chat, give a shout out to your dog, your homie, your boys. If you want to call out somebody for being, a punk bitch, maybe like you're like the kind of guy that goes around threatening women constantly. Maybe you know somebody that has no teeth and you'd like to get them some teeth for Happy New Year's. Maybe that could be their New Year's resolution. Get them some dentures. Or maybe lose 100 pounds, something like that. Or maybe, not lose custody of your 2 remaining children. So it's your turtle chat. You can write whatever you want on it. So, and no, I did not lend my login credentials to 𝗟𝗵𝘃𝗀𝘆. That's how you get hacked right there. That's how you get hacked. Okay. So I do have a producer backstage. I'm going to bring her on right now. Kayla, are you there? Are you there, Kayla? Unmute, Mike.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So Kayla's,
Hi.
how you doing, Kayla? So she's going to be backstage. And
I'm doing just fabulous.
Oh, it sounds like you're on a bit of a delay. Are you on a delay? Well, we got Suzanne computer going on.
Like
yep. We got Susie computer. So, so she's going to be backstage, and she's going to be queuing up the top blogs of the year. I was going to do a recap of the, top 10 stories of the year, but I couldn't contain myself. I'm like, there's too many good ones this year. There's too many good ones. So we're going to go top 10, or top 15 rather. And it was, to me, this was hard, Kayla, because I wanted, like, it's okay. Some of the blogs that were like really big and got a lot of views, they're just, ratchets doing ratchet things, like some Fall River gutter muppet, fishbowls her child's crib or something like that. And that gets a lot of views. But to me, the most important stories are the ones that really have the most impact. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
And that we had a lot of, and got the most mileage, like stories that are recurring throughout the year. And so I put together a list. Maybe you guys could put together your own. Let me know what I miss, whatever. So I'm going to put you backstage. Can you queue up number 15 for me? So let's see. Okay. So what do we got? What do you guys think are going to be on the list this year? What are the top blogs of the year going to be? Susie computer is just no. She's definitely fixed that. The Susie computer. Oh, David's awake. Excellent. Welcome, Druid. Stop it, David. All right. Let's see if she can queue the first one up. If not, we'll get the rest. Let's see. What do we got for 15? Oh, here it is. Oh, it's coming up slowly. Oh, there it is. What is number 15? Oh, and that's my Cash App is $sign Uncle Turtleboy. Thank you very much, Joanne. If you like to do it that way, I get a notification on my phone, etc. All right, so number 15, I chose this story out of Mansfield, the Mansfield Antifa teacher. Let's make it bigger. Jill Sheridan. She's one of my favorite stories of the year. So if you guys don't remember her, she went to a protest. If you could scroll down, just keep scrolling. She went to a protest, not even a protest. It was like a whatever. Like it was like some sort of freedom rally. Like Rachael Campbell and people were there, and she like an anti-COVID lockdown kind of thing. And so, see, this is the 𝗵𝗃ness of it all that we got going on here. Give me one sec. See, is that I'm going to see if mine can go a little faster. See, I don't know. Let's try yours because I want you to be able to do it, Kayla. But no, wrong one. See, it's like, yeah, it's just slow. It loads slowly. I'll come back to it. All right. Well, so anyway, so this is Jill Sheridan. She showed up at the rally, the 8th grade science teacher from Mansfield, decided that she was going to go there. And she showed up with these assholes. Remember these Antifa guys who all got arrested? And she was just right. Like, here's a picture she posted on Facebook. Remember this one? Of the police officers on fire. And then these are the guys that she showed up with and got arrested. Okay. Shut the fuck up. Capitalist, 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗏 and BLM. Great. That's wonderful. Wonderful stuff for a middle school teacher to be posting. Just all anti-police stuff on here. Cops are pigs. This country blows. Okay. You name it. So there they all are. Oh, and here's the video of her just fucking going nuts. Let me play this.
A couple of months ago, there was a bill in the state legislature, the so-called police reform bill, that did nothing to reform police. It just made us all unsafe. That bill was a bad bill, and that bill has to be defeated.
No, okay. You just protected
We have people. We have people in the state legislature who have taken an oath of office to protect us, but they're doing just the opposite. They're turning against the cops, which in turn, they turn against us. Those politicians have to be thrown out of office.
Oh, crap. Can you keep scrolling for me there, Kayla? Well, it's hard. I didn't used to have the echo back in the day. That's a new thing. So I guess I'm not muted anymore, am I? Am I still muted? I feel like 𝗟𝗃𝗀𝘆. Yeah. Okay, so this is not loading on her end, so I'm going to have to go ahead and try mine again, number 14. All right, let me go to number 14. Let me pull it up on my end. Okie dokie. So, I think hers is. All right. So this is, what the hell is this chick's name? Olivia Dorrance. She was the speaker for something called the Department of Conservation and Recreation. I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. It doesn't really need to exist at all, probably. But this woman is the head of it and makes like a nice salary. And she just, issues press releases and shit, and, non-controversial, etc. Now, she used to work for some senator named Richard Ross, a Republican, but she lost to this this woman's the devil. Becca Rush, just look at that face. Look at that. Look into her eyes. Look into her eyes, man. That is the face of pure evil right there. The pure evil. Anyway, she's the one that really wants to, force kids to wear masks in schools. Anyway, they lost to her. So now she's got to get a new job. And so Charlie Baker hooked her up at the DCR, except there's just one problem. She's got a little OnlyFans account. And she charges, which is great, which is wonderful, okay? Except when you're like the face of a public agency like this, you can do both. You can do one or the other. You can be the OnlyFans lady, and that's fine. God bless America. But you can't be the OnlyFans lady and then go out and be like, oh, so we have a big announcement to give you about the conserved land out in western Massachusetts that we're going to be protecting. Also, if you give me $4.99 a month, you can watch me squirt into a fucking shot glass. How about that? Excellent. So anyway, she ended up getting fired. I mean, look at this. Look, who can't eat a Reuben sandwich after watching that, huh? There were some interesting photographs in there. I mean, she's not even hot though. That's the thing. I never really filmed new ass play content last night, and now my little asshole is so sore. Ooh, that's great. Let's roll. Pick one. Let's role play. Naughty teacher or bad intern. Want a taste? Come keep me company on this long car ride. Again, it's a free country. Do what you want. I have nothing against any of this, obviously. But obviously you can't do both, right? I mean, and to her credit, I will give her credit to this one, guys. She got canceled but she survived cancel culture by embracing it. And more people should do this more often, because what did she do? She didn't shut down her OnlyFans. She increased the price. She increased the price to $12 a month. That's kind of genius. You have to respect that hustle. You have to respect that hustle. Would you want me as a present under your tree? My youngest son tested positive for COVID. I love you all, and please be safe. Now watch me squirt into a whatever. Okay. Okie dokie. Anyway, so that's number 14. Let's go on to number 13. The 13th best story of the year is, what do you guys think? Who do you guys think is number 14? Take a guess. Let's see what people say. Got that capitalist, but stop it, Cody. I mean, nobody would know it was her if she covered her face. My dog would squirt into her mouth if she was on. All right, good. Isn't that great? Okay, so let's go to number 13. BBJ, Big Black Jeffrey. Some might think he should be ranked higher, but again, I don't think Jeffrey is that really significant in the grand scheme of things. He's a funny ratchet to laugh at, and to his credit, he was one of those ratchets that just never disappeared. I first blogged about him. Is it March 1st? Was that the date on it? Or was it? Yeah, March 1st. First date, when I started coming back from the little break I had earlier in the year. That was him. Okay. He got me out. He helped get me out of my funk. And he was a fantastic entertainment, but he wouldn't go away. He turned into like the not gay, but not gay Ryan Waters, if you will. He just kept taking me to court for ridiculous things over and over again. My last recent one, I actually ran the court. I ran the hearing. If you guys didn't listen to that tape, go back. I played it like a month ago. I actually dismissed the case myself. I've never done that before. And I told him, I ran the courtroom. The magistrate did what I told him to do. So, Big Black Jeffrey, of course, in all honesty, this dude is legit a fucking predator, and he's like scary. Like so many women have come forward and been like, he fucking raped me when I was a child, and he's just out there doing it. And he's so fucking brazen about it that it's like, if you tell people about that, he takes your ass to court. And he came up, sometimes he dressed like a woman in court. Sometimes he would dress like a man. He's not transgender. He's not a drag queen. He's not even, I don't even think he's gay. I mean, he probably sucked a dick or two in his life. But for the most part, he just pretends to be gay in order to get access to underage girls. I mean, it's just the creepiness of this guy. The amount of, like, look at these children. What the fuck? Like, come, we had this poor girl on the show. Oi. Look at that. Oh, make it stop. And he took me to court for one of these comments when one of these guys was like, I'm going to kick his ass for something. I'm like, well, I didn't say I was going to kick his ass, but he took me to court for that. So look at these. There's Big Black Jeffrey. How can we ever forget him? So that's he's number 13. Let's go on to number 12. The 12th best story of the year. What do you guys think? What do you guys think will be number 12? We know he's eating pussy because there's a fucking videotape of it, and she was asleep. Someone saying, of course he's gay. I don't think he's gay. I don't think he's gay. I think he's just pretending to be gay so he can get closer to girls, because girls feel more comfortable around a gay dude. Absolutely, he should. Okay, Mountain Man, people are saying. The Horse Fluffer. Okay. Let's see what number 12 is. The 12th biggest story of the year comes out of Dedham, Massachusetts. And this is a story that made national headlines. So I consider this one of my more important pieces of the year. This was a story. The theme of the story was one that we saw and lots of other blogs throughout the year, and that revolved around the issue of critical race theory. A very well-respected football coach in Dedham was, basically fired or not hired back as coach there, not because of anything he did on the field or even anything he did in his capacity as a teacher, because he didn't teach at Dedham. He taught at Braintree Middle School. And is this, let me see. What happened? Okay. Can we scroll with that there, Kayla? All right, we're having some Wi-Fi issues. That's okay. Believe me, whatever's causing this problem, I'm eventually going to get it fixed. It always gets fixed. We'll be fine. So yeah, there she is right there. Who is that lady? I don't even know. That's his kid's teacher. So his kid's teacher's name was Kim Randall. And Kim Randall had a lot of BLM shit in her class. Like she had the BLM emoji thing that she taught kids with on the remote learning. And she forced kids to basically accept critical race theory. This is like, I didn't really know much about CRT, and going into the year, a lot of you guys didn't either. It was a real big buzzword of 2021. Like we all knew what critical race theory was. We just didn't have a name for it. Like we've all heard this nonsense, for years now. Only white people can be racist. White people are oppressors. Black people don't have a fair chance. Criminal justice system's racist. Systemic racism's everywhere. We've heard this one. Am I back? Okay. I think I'm back. So yeah, this woman here, she has her whole, if we can just scroll down some there. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. This cartoon. Remember this cartoon that his kids were forced? So basically, the dude, his daughter was taught this in 7th grade. She went to the Dedham public schools, not the high school where he coached, but a middle school. And he had an issue with this. And so he brought it up with the teacher and the principal, and he wasn't satisfied with their response. And so what did they do? They cut him as football coach, because that makes sense. And so this is a big story, because not just because of the issue, critical race theory became an issue, but Judicial Watch, the national right-wing nonprofit organization, they sued. They took up his story. They found it through Turtleboy, and they sued on his behalf. So this was a real big story when it came to that. It made national headlines. And again, these are the stories I really prefer doing. I feel like they make more of a difference. So yeah, I like those. All right, number 11. Let's go on to number 11. What do you guys think number 11 is going to be? Sturbridge. Yeah, this all right. So the Sturbridge one didn't quite make the cut. It was close though. It was close. There it is. Monica Cannon Grant getting her house raided. Number 11. Some people might think this was higher. She'll be on later on, though. Don't you worry. So Monica Cannon Grant, who I have decided will be eligible for Ratchet Madness next year. We've never had a back-to-back champion before in Ratchet Madness. She might be the first. So if you could scroll down for me. Okay, let me try mine then. All right, so there she is in all her glory. And let's watch, because I can't get enough of this, Monica Cannon Grant's house getting raided by the fuzz. This literally never gets old, because she had no idea it was coming.
Can you tell me what's going on? Yeah, with a search warrant for your house. So what we're going to do, okay, let's try and
my sister is upstairs.
I have my older daughter and my 2-year-old upstairs.
Scare my sister out her sleep. Tweaking. Ariana, get up.
We have a search warrant for the phone.
No, you don't. Mom, looks like you have a search warrant for my phone.
No, just stop for a second. Stop for a second because I need everybody to calm down. Where's your husband? That's clear.
He's outside.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Okay, that's never not satisfying. That's the greatest thing I've ever seen. So she had no idea it was coming. Miss, the police are racist. And the best part about it is when this cop comes over, he's like, yeah, we're going to take the phone too. We're going to take the phone. My Grant's like, what? It was honestly one of the most satisfying days in Turtleboy history, because God, this woman sucks in the media. She got such a free pass from the media for so long. And even though I'd exposed Campbell video that she made threatening poor Rayla, leave her alone. Well, all of a sudden, like, this happens. Why did this happen? Double dipping with COVID fund. Dude made like $70,000 in unemployment while we're All right, we're back. All right. So that's number 10. Monica Cannon Grant got shut down. Very satisfying. Love to see it. Thank you all for your unsolicited advice on how I can avoid this from happening. But trust me, it's way above your heads. Okay, number 10. What do we got for number 10? Yeah, guys, like it has like all the advice. Everyone's a fucking computer expert. Trust me. It's way fucking, like, if you have any idea the fucking shit that I've been dealing with the last 3 days because of this, you'd understand. You'd understand. Like, it is way above, like, people are like, oh, use a VPN. Oh, I never fucking thought of that. A VPN. Oh, yeah. I should just call up 1-800-Facebook too. Maybe they could fix it. No. You don't think I have a fucking VPN? Seriously, guys. Let's be grown-up time. Okay. All right. All right. So here's number 10. The horse fucker. Mr. Horse Fucker. So his name was, we found out his name was Jason Kelly. This is obviously a wild story. Oh, great. Moved to it. It has nothing to do with, I have no internet issues. Like all day, there's no fucking internet issues. None. Just when I start the show, that's when the fucking internet. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Because it's faster, I think. All right. So anyway, this kid fucks horses. He's number 10. Obviously, that's not good. Keep your dick out of horses. That's number 10. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Number 9. This is kind of a 2-part one. It's more of a theme we had here because this is a big theme earlier in the year. Yeah. It's like, I'm good. Thank you, though. I know. Well, people are trying out, but that's the thing, Kathy. It's like, I appreciate the gesture, but offering unsolicited, like, technological advice that I get all the fucking time is not helping at all. So I appreciate the gesture, but it is what it is. Okay. Anyway, this is, remember earlier in the year, schools were not opening. So this was a theme that we were seeing. God, I hate I'll never forgive these people for that. These fucking teachers that didn't want to go to fucking work. And they were posting about love being a mess. They are and have been handling this so well. I just really hope some schools reconsider their opening plan. Numbers are going to spike immediately, and our poor kids are going to be the ones that become sick. Oh no, they might get a fucking virus that doesn't kill any of them. How will we ever survive? How will we ever get through this? So, anyway, here we have, so, you know, obviously she's talking about pandemic, blah, blah, blah. And the next thing you know, here she is. She got on a fucking plane to go to the Virgin Islands. I mean, how many of these fucking hypocrites did we see? It was a pleasure A pleasure exposing each and every one of them. The more egregious one, can you believe it's been like almost a year since kids have been back in school? Like, as bad as things are now, at least fucking schools are open again. At least schools are open again. Remember this one, though? The teachers union president. God, I forgot about this hypocrite. So there she is. She's the usual shit about, oh, and by the way, this guy, Greg Thomas, part of the Turtleboy Sports Revolution, he ended up getting elected to the Leominster School Committee. He was one of these parents that was motivated by the bullshit and decided to run, and he fucking won. So there we go. There we go. Anyway, the Leominster Educators Association really did not want to go back to school and blah, blah, blah. And like, this woman was one of the lead people against it. But then her fucking kid was all over St. Leo's Preschool's Facebook page. And I blocked his face out and everything, but he was all over that shit. No masks on. None. And it's just right on their Facebook page. And like, other schools figured out a way to go back to school, but apparently Leah Burns could not. She could not do it. And I'm so fucking glad those people have been exposed and they are what they are. Okay, next. Liz Miranda. So this is number 8, our 8th story there. I feel like this story, man, this woman got away with it. She could be my next 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃, though. We all remember Liz. So Liz was a state representative from Boston, a reformed ratchet who got out the hood, went to Wellesley, and then decided to go back to the hood and act like a fucking gangster ass again. Full-blown left-wing, radical, progressive, you know the whole deal. I'm woman, I'm oppressed, I'm black, I'm oppressed, feel bad for me. Criminals don't have it easy. Well, that's because she likes to fuck criminals. So she was really into this guy named Korn. That's his fucking name. His name's Korn. And Korn just got out of jail after 25 years for murder. And he impregnated a woman that we had on our show, actually. And she's a nice lady. But he beat the shit out of her. And he was, banging Liz Miranda. Like, Liz Miranda is gross, too. That's the thing about her. It's like, what? You got out of jail for 25 years? And you want to fuck Liz Miranda? Jesus, dude. So he starts, and he can't even leave the state. He's not allowed to leave the state of Michigan. But we got him on Instagram and on Twitter and shit in goddamn Newark. Banging this broad. Anyway, you go on her Twitter account too, and it's just N-word, this, every single slur you can possibly see in there, calling people retards, you name it. And I expose it. And she, an elected representative with like 15,000 followers, takes the whole account down. The whole thing got taken down. So she's now running for state senate, but this is forever going to follow her around. It's forever going to follow her around. So as far as I'm concerned, Turtleboy wins. Turtleboy wins that one. And, the fact that she had to take her account out, she's elected representative, I'll take that small victory. Cool. Number 7. This is another really important story, I think, from this year. That would be the story of Emely Nieves. We did an update on the story a couple weeks ago. We had that woman on who's running the TikTok, raising awareness for this story. Man, what a shocking story this was. Obviously, a tragic one because a young mother was brutally murdered. That's what she was. She was brutally murdered. We all know she was murdered by her shitbag baby daddy, Devontae DeGree. And the whole thing was covered up by her mother-in-law, if you will, Tina DeGree, aka 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗃 Lightning. The death certificate says she was killed by blunt force trauma to the head. Initially, the grandmother, 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗃 Lightning, said that she died from choking on her own vomit in her sleep. Well, then the death certificate came out and it's like blunt force trauma. So she needed to concoct something else. So she went on Facebook Live and did an 18-minute video that is still up for some reason, still up, in which she talks about how they came home that night. They were fighting. She puked. She fell off the bed, let her stay there, and then found her dead at 4 a.m, then cleaned it all up. And instead of calling the police, she called her sons and her spiritual advisor and then called the cops, aka the whole thing had been cleaned up by then. And that she's so brazen that her confession is still up on Facebook and nothing has happened. Now, this woman was also arrested at the police station while out on bail for assaulting another pregnant woman. Devontae DeGree knocked up another bitch and wanted him to take care of the baby. So she showed up at the house and Tina DeGree beat her with a tire iron. So she's out on bail. And then she goes to this protest for another scumbag named Moses Harris, who died last December when he ran into the Merrimack River and drowned because it's fucking frozen and he couldn't swim. Oops. And they blame that on the cops, of course. And so she was protesting that. She is a complete and filthy piece of shit. So is her murderous, garbage fucking pail, domestic abusing son, Devontae, who absolutely beat the bag out of this, murdered her. And trust me, he is going to get his comeuppance one day. I will not forget about Devontae DeGree. May he burn in fucking hell. And people can say whatever they want about Turtleboy, but who's the one raising this fucking issue? Nobody. This story was covered up for fucking how long? The story should be higher on my list, quite frankly, number 7. So this is the 7th biggest story of the year on Turtleboy. On to number 6. Now, the number 6 is actually the most widely read Turtleboy blog in history. It's the only blog I've ever written that has broken 1 million page views. Anybody know which one it is? And you might say, well, why isn't it higher? Well, I just don't think it's that important. But if you got over 1 million page views on one blog, you're going on the list. I had to buy extra fucking bandwidth for a week for this fucking blog. It was crazy. Yeah, it's the Jason Collier story. So this was a fun one. So this guy, he got caught he was the police chief of a small town of under 2,000 people in the Texas Panhandle called 𝗪𝗏. 𝗪𝗏. Had a little life here, a little wifey, but he, man, this guy, I don't know how he fucking kept his busy schedule. So he didn't have mistresses, he had fiancés. So this was his fiancé number 1, Cecily, I believe her name was. Yeah, Cecily from Amarillo. And he told her that his marriage was annulled, and he proposed to her, and they were supposed to be getting married. And he showed her a forged document about his annulment. And ultimately, he was fired because of this. I mean, you can you can stick your dick in whoever you want if you're the chief of police, but you can't forge government documents. And this ends up being his downfall. But that's not the funny part. The funny part was when this chick showed up. Her name, she showed up in the comments on the 𝗪𝗏, Facebook page. And her name is 𝗟𝗏𝘃𝗀𝘃. And she came on the live show. A lot of people didn't like 𝗟𝗏𝘃𝗃. And there they are. Well, she was fiance number 2. So Cecily posted that Chief Jason Collier worked his way. I got alerted about this story real early before it blew up. And that's why I got 1 million page views. That's why I got 1 million page views. Because everybody loved this story. Was wild. So she talked about how Jason Collier worked his way into my life, the life of my children and family. Spent the weekend with me on vacation in 𝗟𝗃𝘃 this past weekend. Told me all weekend how he can't wait to marry me. Turns out I'm not the only one. He has a girlfriend in Kansas who he had asked to marry him. All of this plus a wife at home. He claims to have split within 2016 annulled. He even provided me with a picture of a falsified document, which I verified to be invalid. He took me on shift with him last week, but wouldn't introduce me to the ladies in the office, since according to him, they're bitches and one is mad I won't date her sister. Everything he told me about my family is a lie and is a poor representation for your town. He clearly has no morals or ethics. He has also driven, and she found him. So how did they find out about each other? I believe the other one had showed up in the comments on a 𝗪𝗏 Facebook page and like liked a post about Jason 𝗟𝗃𝗃. And so, or Jason Collier. So Cecily saw that and she went to 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃's Facebook page and she sees pictures of them together. So she's like, what the fuck? And then they bond over this and the two of them share messages and like figured, okay, so he was banging me this weekend. He was banging you this weekend. And that all transpired and it was wild. And he went on Dr. Phil and he actually texted me. So, I mean, I kind of feel bad for the guy. I mean, he had a pretty good attitude, at least when it came to that, considering everything that happened to him. But here he is.
Oh, I'm driving my buddy's shop with my damn window missing. It is cold. It is so cold, babe. Trying not to be a weenie, but it's cold. I just thought I'd let you know the pain. Now, that's the pain I'm going through right now. Hope you're having a good day.
Okay, so, he would, do both. When they found each other, it was like a big thing. I don't think they like each other anymore because one of them 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗃 turned out to be fucking weird too. And then she had a crazy husband. I don't know. It's one of the wildest, crazy love stories of all time. So that's the story of Jason Collier. Okay. So on to number 5, the 5th biggest story of the year. What do we like? What do you guys think number 5 is? Which ones haven't we hit yet? What do we like for number 5? Dasha Kelly. I think it's safe to say that's going to be on the list, but we're not at number 5. Number 5 is the story of a political man by the name of Tom Mountain. The number 5 big story of the year, because again, this one actually mattered because Tom Mountain was the second highest ranking member of the Massachusetts GOP. He is no longer in that position, largely because of this blog. Okay, now again, just look at this tool. I talked to this guy on the phone. Okay, he is one of the biggest fucking liars. Like, he's just such a fucking bad liar. So initially, we caught him writing sexual comments about this 14-year-old girl and just liking and commenting on like young women's like awkward boomer shit on Facebook, like, you look so ravishing, my love. Beautiful, striking, breathtaking. Like a lot of that stuff. Well, look at this. After that, he posts this fucking bizarre picture. Look at that. Look at that weird picture. He goes, warning, someone has apparently hacked into my Facebook profile and is currently posting as me. Now, how ironic that I would say that I was hacked, but I really was fucking hacked. Like 100% hacked. This is not what happens when you get hacked. You don't write like breathtaking on a bunch of minor shit. Maybe, why didn't they do that actually? I don't know. Don't give them any thoughts. Anyway, rest assured, it is not me, and I will try to correct the problem quickly with the help of younger, more tech-savvy family members. So anyway, then he wrote this whole thing, how people were jealous of him because he is the vice chairman of the Massachusetts Republican Party, the number 2 position in the state party. For reasons I won't elaborate this time, the chairman is under enormous pressure to resign or be ousted. In the event that this occurs, I would become the chairman of the party. Okay, so this is a smear job, and then he posts this fucking picture with it. What? Just like Donald Trump, I am under attack. And all these guys are like, you're so patriotic. We love you, Tom. Oh, God. Oh, these poor idiots. And look at it. He always dresses up like a veteran, too, because he wears that stupid hat, but he ain't a veteran, like, at all. Not even close. Not even close. Well, what ultimately became his downfall was this young lady named 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗃 Steinbeck, a ravishing young redhead who just so happened she was an Israeli, like 22-year-old, frontline fighter. She's a veteran. And she just happens to be interested in, 55-year-old American men who are quite out of shape and have completely let themselves go, but who are also into orgies. I mean, what are the odds that he would find that this woman would just be searching for the internet? She's like, I will never fully climax until I have the 𝗟𝗏 inside of me. I need that 𝗟𝗏. And so she is an aspiring young model who used to work for the Israeli Defense Forces, which he happens to be, big on. And so she messages him one day, and she's like, and he messages her actually, who is that awful woman to talk about you like that? My aunt said, so she says, who is that awful woman to talk to you like that? She's a member of what we call the radical right, probably 𝗟𝗏𝘃𝗀𝘆 or something. I see, it's not very nice, but she has met with her match with Auntie for certain. And she's right. You do look like 𝗵𝗶𝘃𝗄𝘃. Yes, indeed. For which I'm grateful. He looks like Benjamin Netanyahu. Oh my God. He's like, yeah, I could read the 𝗟𝗏 messages all fucking day. Yes, I do. I do modeling, and I am hoping to make it big someday. It is difficult to do business with a lot of crazy things. I have many shoots that start okay and then not so okay. I will have some photos available soon. Would like to know, what do you think? What do you think of them? I must ask, how do you get your hair so curly? Okay, now anyone with the brain at this point just walks away, but not 𝗟𝗏. Because in 𝗟𝗏's mind, he actually is this guy. Because he's the number 2 ranking guy in the Mass GOP. I don't know if you mentioned that. And, I mean, young Israeli women, they just can't get enough of him, man. They can't get enough of him. Of course I'd like to see them. I'm blessed with good genes. I'm blessed with good genes. Oh, my God. I agree. Good genes. I will have some of them tonight or tomorrow. Please let me know what you think of them. Honestly, we'll do. And then she sends this fucking stock image. Good genes, by the way. Is that a rope holding up his belt? Open up his pants. Look at this picture. Oh my God, that picture is just too good. The mountain man. Oh God, he's too good. He's too amazing. That was my first shoot when I was just 14. It was taken by my then 22-year-old boyfriend. I look too skinny. He used to take more pictures of me like that until I stopped dating with him. I later found all my old pictures on laptop. Some he has supposed to erase too. I keep them now so that I can see how I have grown with my career. 𝗟𝗏𝘃𝗀𝘃. This photo is over 6 years old and too young. I hope your old boyfriend didn't have any explicit photos of you, or you were able to at least to get them from him, because once photos get on the internet, it's almost impossible to get them off. Do you have any recent modeling photos of you as an adult? Tell me more about yourself. How old are you? What do you do in the Israeli army? Where are you from? Where do you live? How long have you been in Israel? How do you balance both modeling and being in the army? So this goes on. This ballad continues for quite some time. And he really just like, I'm the vice chairman of the Mass Republican Jewish Committee. Oh yeah. Me and 𝗵𝗶𝘃𝗃 are best friends. Like and Trump, they're all good friends together. They all hang out. Okay. So he's obviously a big shot. There he is in South Dakota. And then things start to pick up because he's like, he also pretends to be a modeling expert or something, a scout. And she sends him this shit. And he's like, I haven't done shoots myself, but I've been present at more. And of course, the parties that follow afterwards. Yes, so you can't have a modeling orgy without Tom there. And he's pretending to be a modeling scout to a person who is clearly catfishing him, and he's too fucking stupid to realize it. And he just goes on. This is the Ballad of 𝗟𝗏 is one of my favorite stories of all time. And he has no idea. He doesn't know the first thing about modeling. He's just trying to fuck this chick, and he's awkward about it the whole time. And she's like, I am not dating now. My last love was 55 years of age. And when people see a young woman such as me with an older man, they look badly. I don't care. Like, what are the odds? He's 55. Like, look at these. This is my favorite response from you. I need to be careful. who I meet on social media. Yes, you do, but you're not careful at all. And I feel confident with you. So my trust in you is secure. From now on, our communication must be between us. And you don't need to share any details with your auntie, my new friend. I will share things with you. First, your photos. And then he goes on about the photos. And then he starts talking about, like, okay, bisexual shit. Things get intimate. Next thing you know, he's talking about breasts and nipples and showing images from himself in the 70s with hot babes he fucked, Lebanese horse. He's sending her more pictures of, like, women he clearly did not have sex with, who he's claiming to have sex with, because he's Tom Mountain. He just fucks everybody. And the whole time he's pretending like he's like this legitimate talent scout. And then he's like, just gets into the orgy shit. Talks about all the shit he's going to do, all the orgies he's going to take her to when she comes to Massachusetts, all the orgasms that he's going to give her, you know, moaning and screaming as you reach one orgasm and after another, grasping with pleasure while getting wet and sweaty as you're locked in group embrace with different men and women, enjoying the pure physical lust of the moment. Would you do that for me? Have you done that before? You deserve to be the center of attention in an orgy. Let me make that happen for you. Yeah, let us all 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗲 you, young lady. Let us all give you the 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗃, shall we? Yeah. So anyway, I end up talking to him on the phone about this, and I got him to admit. He's like, Aidan, what do you want from me? I'm like, I want you to resign. I want you to resign because I think you're bad for the Republican Party. And he did. But he would not. I'm like, and I want you to admit that it was you. He's like, I'm like, it goes, what if I admit to you that it was me? Can I still be Mass GOP vice chairman? I'm like, well, you just did admit to me. I know it was you. And no, you can't, period. And so publicly, he resigned and never admitted to this. But, where's the strap on? He'll never outlive the goddamn strap on. He said he told her he banged this poor woman. Still don't know who she is. Come on, Tom. You can't go around saying you banged all these broads. Stop it. Bisexual broads, talking about all these chicks he nailed. This is one of the longer blogs I published of the year, but oh so good. Where's the strap on? There it is. Oh no, there it is. It's nice that you are bringing a friend. I like the idea of a strap-on too. There it is. There's the strap-on. Okay. So she ends up not being real. So that is when I first told him, when I broke the news to him that 𝗟𝗏𝗃 was not a real person, he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, dude, you think she's real? Why wouldn't she be real? I'm like, dude, have you ever been on the internet? Do you want to see what catfishing is, my guy? Apparently not. So anyway, that's number 5. Let's go on to number 4. We're down to our top 4. Which person that we talk about sticking around all year? Number 4. This guy never went away. He'll probably be here for fucking years. He called me the other night during the show. I couldn't pick up. That would be our guy, GSD, the Hyde Park meth mongoose himself, Michael Giannetti. Before we get into this, let me just take a quick break. Thank people who donated on the Turtle Chat. I got to bring up some Turtle Chats here. If you donate to that, I am very grateful for that. First one up, we have Sean. Says, fuck the haters. Long live the turtle. I agree, Sean. Thank you very much. He sends $50, so I really appreciate that one. It's very kind of you, Sean. Thank you very much, sir. The next one up, we have Jennifer. Also says $50, and she says, objection. Strike that. Happy New Year. There you go. Thank you very much, Jennifer. I appreciate that. And then finally, we have $10 here from Joe Byron. He says, Brett seems to be obsessed with the male appendage. Again, if you write this, I can't control what you write on your super chat. So if you want to just give, if you want to be completely unleash on someone uncensored and just let them have it on the Turtleboy platform, I can't stop you. if you donate with the Turtle Chat, it's going up on here, period. So, and the link is at the top. So Joe Byron says, Brett seems to be obsessed with the male appendage. I think it's because he's jealous that he can't get his up. Well, if you lived with Paula, then you would relate. So please give the poor man a break, will you? Okay. All right. Let's go on to the next topic, shall we? Give the poor guy a break. It's not his fault. Not his fault. All right. So back to GSD. So this guy was just the story that never, like, he never got old. Like, I could watch him forever. That video of him. We first found him when he was a First Amendment auditor by the name of Tommy Matson was following the scanner, and he went and I think he was in Jamaica Plain, and they went and he came across this guy in this Doc Rivers baggy suit in the back of a car yelling about my wrist, my arm, my arm, my arm, my arm. Oh, low blow. Yeah, we'll talk about low blows. Anyway, my arm, my arm. So Michael Giannetti, obviously we found out that was his name, and he whined like a bitch. And it turns out this guy might have killed 4 or 5 women at least over the years. He has a long and documented history of getting young women, often underage, addicted to heroin, grooming them, and then having sex with them. A lot of women like that. Anyway, justice for Lisa Hainsworth. He doesn't like it when you say that. He admitted on tape that he was the last person to see her alive, that she did drugs at his fucking house. But yet he didn't kill her, even though he definitely fucking killed her. So we also, I still don't think he gets Turtleboy. I don't think he understands it. But he he was an interesting person. He came on the show. We rapped. He lost his kids to DCF because of me, if you recall. Well, my soon-to-be son. I'm going to adopt that poor child and let him choose his gender. He always said that I was going to make him a transgender baby. I never said I was going to make him a transgender baby. I can't make someone transgender, Mike. I am progressive, and I believe that children should be able to control their own destiny. Okay? So, yeah, thank you, Joanne. Give us some likes, too, peeps. Give us some likes. Anyway, yeah, even the Twisted Teabagger was Holiday Inn material. So, I mean, even Hot Tow Truck Girl got railed at the Holiday Inn with Julio, but that's another story. Anyway, so remember after we wrote about him, he went searching around Boston for me, and he apparently thought I drove a Tesla, and he saw a Tesla, and then he was live streaming himself doing this, obviously, like he always does. And then he fucking crashed into a fucking car, and he goes, I'm out. And then he ran away. So that was Michael Giannetti. He never went away. He kept making rap videos about me. He staged an elaborate hoax, a video where he pretended to have somebody put a knife to his throat. And, the person, it turned out it was him or his baby mom in the backseat. I don't know. Oh, I could go on. And he said that I was forcing him at knife point to admit that he confessed to raping Lisa Hainsworth on there and many other women. He's got another tape where he said that, oh yeah, when a girl says no, you just throw it in there and then they'll still like it. They'll be fine. So he admitted to rape on his fucking live stream. So that's good. Anyway, after all that, the dude, obviously I didn't have anything to do with him. He went and took me to fucking court. Oh, this is the one. This is the rape video.
When I first made love to her, she was like, stop, no, stop. And I was like trying to creep my way and take no. And then when I first made love to her, she was like, stop, no, stop. And I was like trying to creep my way and take no. And then once I got it in, she was like, and then she gave me the go. I mean,
so that's rape. So that's literally the definition of what a rape is that he described right there. We did a live stream on the show in which you saw he proved to me that he had custody of this child. by going into the room and filming the child at 11 o'clock at night while he was swearing. And then he mooned us. So that was interesting. And he's made a series of rap videos about me, how he's going to kill me and stuff like that. And then he went and he got a temporary order against me. That's the thing about judges in the States. Like, so I didn't do anything to Mike Giannetti. I never once threatened him, never really talked about him besides the blogs I wrote about him. And he got a judge to grant a temporary order against me. And not only that, the order said that I couldn't write about him, which is fucking insane. But yet people can say that they are literally going to come to your house and rape your baby mama, and that's cool. So, you know, it all depends on the judge that you get. So luckily it was some stupid liberal judge for him that granted this order. It was hilarious when we played the fucking tape. He couldn't even explain himself. And then there was like, look at this fucking thing. Look at this. Called for 15,000 of his fans to get revenge for him, his turtles, because my girlfriend died in my arms 12 years ago on an overdose I had nothing to do with. And that my girlfriend called a meth head mother and meth head son should be taken from DCF, fostered my son and his mother and my online. We about putting my 1-year-old son online. He been make up stuff, made false call to police. My son's getting beat. I wasn't there. Got him admitted to his YouTube. Okay. So, I mean, this is one of the great affidavits of all time. And this is the whole, I mean, I don't have time to rehash the whole thing, but it was fucking hilarious. And then I had to go to court with him, and he got to cross-examine me, in which he asked me infamously, did you or did you not say that you were going to take my son and make him a transgender baby? So there we go. That's that. Okay. So let's go on to number 3. Our number 3 story of the year made national headlines, and that is the story of Dasha Kelly. Of course, Dasha Kelly. So this was one of those stories that kind of established Turtleboy's legitimacy. I gained like 1,000 Twitter followers like overnight with this one, even though Fox News fucking stole this story from me. I saw this story about this woman getting evicted because she said she couldn't find a job, and I found it very suspicious. I didn't believe it for a second. Little did I know that the children that she was parading around were not her fucking kids. They belonged to another woman named 𝗟𝗄𝗄, who I had on the show, and who was quite upset that this woman raised over $225,000 worth of GoFundMe to avoid eviction because CNN helped pimp her out. CNN shared her story far and wide. Of course, they didn't, because they are literally the definition of fake news. They don't care about whether or not this is true. They care about the narrative that it's promoting, the left-wing narrative. And the left-wing narrative that they were promoting that week was that, oh, COVID is here, and we need to extend the eviction moratorium. We can't evict anyone. And here's example A of why we can't do that, because this woman here and her 3 kids are going to be homeless. Turns out they're not her kids. They belong to another woman who works 2 jobs and has a fucking litter of kids, like 6 or 7 kids, and was pregnant at the fucking time. She like cleans bathrooms at the goddamn casino, which Dasha Kelly could easily do herself. But Dasha Kelly is just a full-fledged ratchet. And then we ended up hooking her up with an attorney. And, I think Dasha got a little piece of the pie. But ultimately, most of it ended up going to the children that you see in that photograph. So that was a cool story, obviously. I was happy to get it out there. The videos, like this asshole still has his tweet up, but the video's gone. CNN was forced to take the video down. Okay. We had her on the show. And again, this story would have just been covered up. I blasted this everywhere. I contacted Fox News. I contacted Tucker Carlson's producer. And you know what they did? They went and stole the fucking story. They stole the fucking story. But people know who really came up with the real news, and that would be Turtleboy. So there's that. Okay, time for number 2. The number 2 biggest story of the year. Let's see if it comes up. Rachael Rollins. There she is in all her glory. Do we even have to relive this one? So this was early in January of 2021. The incident actually happened on Christmas Eve of 2020, but did not become news until we became aware that she had, that Rachael Rollins, the district attorney for Suffolk County, was involved in a road rage incident in which she threatened a woman by the name of Katie Lawson, who ended up being fucking awesome and is a turtle rider now and has come on the show a bunch of times and was really the wrong woman to fuck with if you were Rachael Rollins, because she made it almost, she was the biggest thorn on the side of Rachael Rollins becoming this U.S. attorney. Yes, she was eventually became the United States attorney, but it should have been a lot easier. And it was not largely due to Katie Lawson and Turtleboy teaming up to just destroy her. So we got the police report of that. We published it, and what does Rachael Rollins do? She goes on Twitter and says, "Oh my God, white women are calling the cops on me again. That's all white women do. You're all a bunch of racists, you know, just like I'm like 𝗟𝗵𝘃𝗀𝘆. Oh no." And obviously this is ridiculous. And so she found out I was going on 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗀𝘃, and she decided to come on. And I went at it with her, and she knew who the fuck I was. And she called me Mr. Turtle and played dumb. And I got her. I caught her in a bunch of lies. It was just amazing audio. So go and listen to the 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗀𝘃 show if you haven't already, of that tape. That was a doozy. And yeah, but then it got better because Fox News went to her house, right? Boston 25 News went to her house, and she claimed that this truck was sitting outside there, and a masked man, everyone's masked, grabbed something out of his van and terrified his children. This is unreal. But as it turns out, she actually confronted a woman, a female reporter, and threatened to make up a crime about her. Threatened to make up a crime and accused her of trying to kill her kids, and said, let me see if I can play this. I swear to God, I'm dead serious. Where'd it go? Do we have it? There it is.
Who do you think you are? This is private property.
Okay,
get out of here.
Get out.
And you know what I'll do? I'll call the police on you and make an allegation, and we'll see how that works with you. Absolutely. So the rantings of a white woman get you here and scare my children? No. Get off of our private property.
I'm muted. I did it again. Yep, there's the text. You're muted. So, what do you got? So obviously that was a really big story because, you know, she's an important figure. Like, she's fucking crazy, but she is a woman with a lot of power. And now she's the United States attorney. The president of the United States, President Dementia himself, nominated this woman. 50 United States senators voted for her, and the vice president. President Cunt. They all voted for this woman. So she has a lot of power, and this should have been smooth sailing, but it was not, because Turtleboy and Katie Lawson teamed up, and this is what actual reporting is like, guys. This is what actual influence looks like, and this is what we do. I mean, people are like, oh, you know, what do you do, Turtleboy? You just write about shit. Well, I don't. I mean, people that matter seem to follow the blog. They read about it. Like that story I did today. Wonderful cop out of Boston, pregnant woman. I search her name on Facebook because I want to learn more about it. Oh, we're already Facebook friends. Because obviously she's a Boston cop. She must read Turtleboy. I don't know if there's any Boston cops that don't read Turtleboy. So eventually the haters just got to accept that fact, man. They just got to accept the fact that when you write about people like this and you expose people like Rachael Rollins, that you're going to get a good following of good people. All right. So what do you guys think the number one blog of the year is? What is the number One blog of the year. What do you guys think? Take a wild guess what I believe was the most important piece of writing, the biggest story that I did in 2021. Yeah. Well, we already did Dasha Kelly. She was number 3, but you guys got it. That would be this girl, Mikayla Miller. Okay. So to me, this was the biggest story of the year, the Mikayla Miller story, because I mean, I put a lot of effort into this one. I actually went to Hopkins for this. I went undercover. People were looking for me there too. I went into the heart of the mob. So this poor girl, Mikayla Miller, killed herself because she got, went through a breakup. She was a lesbian, and her girlfriend, Caitlin Anderson, broke up with her, and she was suffering from a lot of mental health issues, man. And I felt my heart broke for this young girl. Because I feel you, girl. You know, like the things that she was feeling, the hopelessness, and she had severe mental health issues. And she was exploited by her own mother, who, as it turns out, abused her, and she was put in foster care because her mother fucking abused her, her scam artist mother, who, without any evidence, claimed that this girl was lynched. And she recruited Monica Cannon Grant and Rachael Rollins, who both fed into this hysteria that she was lynched by 5 white teenagers, because Caitlin Anderson earlier in the day had come over to her apartment or condo, where the mother can somehow afford. It's like $3,800 a month somehow, and she can afford it. And she dropped off some belongings, and Mikayla wanted to talk. And then she got into Mikayla, who's much bigger than Caitlin, got into a physical confrontation with her, pushed her, and the other girl pushed her back, and like the other kids who were with her broke it up and got Caitlin out of there. Hours later, she walked into the woods and hung herself. Didn't like hang. All you got to do is just pull the fucking belt around your thing, choke yourself, tie it to the fucking tree, and go. If you have the willpower to do that, then you can do it. And man, did my heart break for that girl. To understand the sorrow and the helplessness that she must have been feeling at that point, right? And the one person who was supposed to be there for her mother was not, because her mother was trying to get her swerve on in Chicago. And all her life was worth to her mother was exploitation. And Monica Cannon Grant. And these people spread this malicious lie and doxed innocent 15 and 16-year-old children, several of who did not even live in Hopkinton, lived in North Brookfield, and were completely innocent and exonerated and were nowhere near her. All the evidence in the world showed that they were nowhere near her. But they insisted anyway. And then the medical autopsy report came out, and it turned out she died from suicide, asphyxiation. And they still didn't believe it, and they kept raising money over it, and they raised over $60,000. $60,000. And that and this hoax went on for so long, and Turtleboy was there exposing it. And the big, what do we do with this one? What do we get? Well, first of all, we got the mother on the show. We had over 1,000 people watching one episode live. It's the biggest episode we ever did when we had Caitlin Anderson's mother on the show, Megan Anderson. And we, obviously blew this story up, and we got the emails that Caitlin Anderson sent to her goddamn guidance counselor, telling her. She told her, hey, I am worried about her. She's suicidal. She tried to kill herself on a FaceTime conversation the other day, and they did nothing about it. And when I saw those emails, I'm like, oh my God, they're staying silent. The school is staying silent as this mob descends on their town. Are you fucking kidding me? And the only person who was willing to actually report the fucking truth was Turtleboy. We're the only ones that actually reached out to the mother. And 𝗏𝗏𝘃𝗀𝗃 fucking hated it. She hates me, and I couldn't be happier because fuck you. I'm the bane of that woman's existence, and I ain't never going away, ever. Because the work we are doing out here, guys, is too important. It's too important. Stories like this have to be fucking told. People have to stand up to 𝗏𝗏𝘃𝗀𝗃 because you know the media is not going to. The media is going to eat their cheese sandwiches and call it a day. So, there she is with Tito Jackson and all these fucking pieces of shit out here. These hustlers. God, I hate them. Hate them so fucking much. So, anyway, that's that story. I thought it was the biggest story of the year. Poor Mikayla Miller. Never, ever had a shot. All right. That's that. So, good year, guys. Good year in Turtleboy. I think we got one more dono here I want to bring up. We got one from our girl, Suzanne. Suzanne sends $50, says, here's to a better 2022. Well, thank you very much, Suzanne. That's the plan. Again, you heard my New Year's resolution. Not getting involved in any more bullshit. Oh, we got a couple more. Here's another one. We got one from Sean here. Sean says, $50. Here's to some in-person events, and not only getting to meet Mr. Turtle, but some riders as well. I'm going to do that, Sean. We're going to have more in-person events this year besides just the golf tournament. Absolutely. And then we have one from the real Kim. I think, this is the one who donated $1,000 accidentally the other day. So thank you. I think she meant to do 10. There we go. She has Ratchet Rollins belongs in jail. She and creepy Tom Mountain would be a great couple. So do you guys think I chose well? Did I chose well? I'll tell you the other ones real quick. The other ones I had on there, right, were the troopers and vaccine stories. I thought those were good. Manny Familia's widow disinviting BLM city councilors from attending his funeral. I thought that was a good story. The Warwick playground parent ratchets, they were fucking great. I had several stories about mean nurses, bully nurses. The Millville police chief getting fired after I fucking pulled up another police report of him getting in an incident in Woonsocket at that time. Michelle Wu's press secretary, the story I did last week. The South Hadley school board member who resigned because of me, because I hurt his feelings. The Weymouth City Council deadbeat dad guy who lost because of me. And then two personal stories, the Ashley St. Angelo story. I obviously invested a lot into that. And the story about my mental health break, quite frankly, because I did take off like a significant, piece of time. And that like February is the slowest month we had, obviously, ever, because, I had to get my head right. And it's still not right. Like people are like, oh, you're fixed. I ain't fixed, motherfucker, at all. And now my therapist is sick, so I need to get a new therapist. So it ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. I never thought I'd be the kind of guy that would like go and seek out mental health services, but man, I let too much shit bottle up and it all just came out. And I'm certainly not fixed. But anyway, I thought that was good stories. Yeah, the Mimi LeMay, that was a good one, but I've written about her so many times. Before prior to that. So anybody have any questions? Yeah, so, if you want to hear about how court went, go and listen to the fucking Turtle Club yesterday. Join Turtle Club. But in short order, the judge took it under advisement. She did not deny it on the spot, which has been done in the past. This one, she actually read it all over, and she determined that if you can threaten to kill people as long as you have no way to get to their house because you're like a 51-year-old man with no car and no driver's license, then you can't get an order granted against you. So, not granted. So that's fine. It doesn't matter to me. I'm moving on. And that's fine. Like if people still want to do it, I will protect the people that I care about. And I did a whole spiel on there about kind of my personal life yesterday. So if you want to go listen to that, do it. But, just that like my personal life is nobody, like, put it this way. If I was separated or anything like that, like I wouldn't announce it to you. I'd never let you know. So for all you know, I have been. For all you know, I'm like a fucking freak. Like we're into fucking swinging and shit. I don't know. I'll never fucking tell you. I'll never tell you because it ain't none of your fucking business. It's really just that simple. So like I said yesterday, my priority will always be my kids. I will do whatever it takes for them. We moved to this town because of the schools, and they have a happy life here. My daughter has friends in school. She has like a little clique. She's in CCD. She does town soccer. My son's going to be playing flag football. They love Holden. I love Holden. And I want them to stay in this house. They have their rooms. They put signs on their doors now. They decorate. They love their lives, okay? And I am not going to disrupt that. So I am a believer that, like, if parents can't get along and if parents go their separate ways, like, that they should do whatever they can to make that transition easy for their children. That's just my philosophy. And I'm always going to get my daughter and son next year on and off that bus every single day. And that's the beauty of doing what I do, is that my hours are rather flexible. So I can take a break to go out there and just wait for the bus, and it's very convenient. So anyway, that's that story. I really have nothing more to say about that. If people want to talk about me, and that's fine. I just won't pay attention. I don't care. And it is what it is, but I will protect the people that I care about at all costs, period. End of story. So anyway, yeah. And Jen, she'll be the first to tell you that. It's like co-parenting is the key. So anyway, anybody else have any questions? Longer Coughlin. Oh, that's sorry to hear that. Thank you for asking. She's going through her second round of chemo. So that was the other thing that fucked me up this year, is like your mom getting diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and then you Googling pancreatic cancer, and you're like, oh shit, my kids aren't going to know their grandmother. Because it's like an 82% of people that get pancreatic cancer die within a year. But luckily, they got it in time before it metastasized too much, and they were able to kill a bunch of cells. It's been a really fucking hard year for her with the surgery and shit like that. But man, she's a fighter. So we had Christmas with her this year, and hopefully many more Christmases to come. That's the plan, Exactly, AG. Michigan versus Cincinnati. That would be a wild. Go put some money on that one, man. Do a parlay with that. You'll be rich. One idea for Turtle Club. I don't have a topic you should do, like a meet and with the Turtle Club. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, if anytime you guys want to come up, you're more than welcome to. Some people don't like to be on the thing because they're worried about cancel culture and shit like that. So, yeah, I mean, I did a show a couple weeks ago about my, my resolutions for New Year. It's like, stop worrying about the bullshit, focus on the content. That's what I do best. Stop letting irrelevant people try to take up my time, and just don't worry about it so much, So that's my plan going forward. Be there for my kids as always and shit like that. It is scary. Yeah. You hear about you're like, fuck, man. I mean, I'm going to die of cancer one day. It runs in my family. Everybody gets cancer. So, but hopefully later rather than sooner, keep getting screened for that. Turtle Club Book Club came up last night. Yeah, I would definitely be with something like that with Turtle Club. We had a good showing last night on Turtle Club. Turtle Club's growing every week. I mean, I can see the members in there. Can you guys see who's in there? Unless they comment. I don't know if you guys can see. I can see like who's actively watching the entire time. And usually like it's been growing. Like we used to have 20, then it's up to like 30, and now it's up to like 40 or 50 the entire time. And I can see like there's a few hundred people that have signed up for Turtle Club, and it's great. It's self-sufficient. And We don't have to be reliant on other bullshit as much like that. And so I really feel like Turtle Club is the answer. So I'm glad you liked the show last night. I'm glad you did. I'm going to keep them coming. I'm going to diversify it as much as possible. So you can only see it if they comment. Okay. Well, I'll work on fixing that. And there's going to be a brand new website coming. We're working on that. That should be out shortly, a new theme. So I'm excited for it, man. I'm always looking for new talent too. If anybody wants to come on here and try out for the show, they are more than welcome to. More than welcome to. Oh, thank you, 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗆. Congratulations on being cancer-free for 5 years. It is a bitch. I understand. Yeah, poor Iggy. He was the Worcester police officer who died of cancer, man. Cancer's a real bitch, man. You can see all the members. Oh, okay. There you go. That's interesting. Yeah, there is the top 3 dots. So you guys can see that. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, the format with Turtle Club as far as the watching and this, like on YouTube, obviously it's like on a computer, it's right on the side. It's we need to work on streamlining that. Like we literally built our own thing. So the link to the Turtle Club is in the description. Feel free to do that. It was down for a couple hours today because of the hack, but it's back. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. If the thing about that is, if they show their hand, if they start publishing messages, then they are literally, it's like receiving stolen property, man. They are receiving messages and posting messages that they know are hacked. So that's like an invitation for the police to call you up and say, well, I didn't hack into it. Well, then who sent you that? Who sent you that then? And then you're going to have to name names. Then you have to go to 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 on people and start naming names. People think this shit's cute, man. Hacking is a serious fucking crime. And if you start hacking and, doctoring images and posting them on Facebook and, judging the morality of others, it's like, so if I wasn't, so like, let's suppose I was like, you don't know my situation. So if I was like, let's say I was just some like single dude, would that bother you? Right? Guy with no kids, would that bother you too? No, the thing about it would. They're not actually offended by anything. They're just kind of obsessed with, they're really interested in that. I'm not muted. I like that. I'd love to have Jack on. People like Jack. He was a big hit. It is. Well, James O'Keefe at least didn't break the law. No, but it is. It's like Julian Assange actually hacked for a purpose to like let Americans know about bad things that the government was doing. If you hack to be like, check out these nudes. Like, what? That's not cool. So anyway, any plans for Callahan? I mean, that's his show, so he can do whatever he wants. I'm just there for the ride, man. Just there for the ride. I'll be back next week on the show. So yeah, I mean, that sucks. I still don't know exactly what happened. I assume they got into my Facebook because how else did they get that message? And they'll say, well, your puppy sent us to you. Well, which puppy? You're going to have to explain that to police, my friend. And you're going to have to fucking prove that. Good luck. Good luck. All right, guys. So anyway, I guess we will call it a night because it's a little bit late. But I love you all. And I hope you guys all have a happy and healthy new year. Spend some time with family. The things that matter. Don't worry about all the bullshit. It's the best advice I can give to you. And you've helped me get through a really hard year. And so I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for that. And we will see you guys all in 2022. Good night, Turtle Riders. Love you.